Hi, third grade. Let's get started on our lesson. We are on, okay. We are on lesson 2.4. It starts on page 107, and it is about bar graphs. So we have learned so far about frequency tables, tally tables, picture graphs, and now we're learning about bar graphs. Okay. Oops. So let's start by unlocking the problem. A bar graph uses bars to show data. A scale of equally spaced numbers helps you read the numbers each bar shows. So two important things here are the scale and the bar graph. The students in the recording group made a bar graph to record the number of books they read in October. How many books did Seth read? So we want to know, how many books did Seth read? Let's look at this bar graph. Books read in October. On this side here, it says student. So we have Kate, Seth, Amy, Max. On the bottom, it has number of books. Okay, so see how the scale, down here is the scale. It's how the numbers are moving. So we go from 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So we would say that our scale is going up by 2s. It goes from 0 to 2, so we know it's going by 2s. So we want to know how many books did Seth read. So here's Kate, and then there's Seth. So we're going to go all the way to the end of Seth's bar and go down, and it ends at 8. So we would say, find the bar for Seth. It ends at 8. So Seth read 8 books in October. How many books did Max read? Find Max. There it is in purple all the way to the end. Go down. There's the number 6. Max read 6 books. Number 2, who read 4 fewer books than Kate? 4 fewer means 4 less. Who read 4 less books than Kate? So find Kate. She's here at 12 and subtract 4. Well, 12 take away 4. That's 2, and that's another 2 would be 8. Who read 8 books? Seth did. So who read 4 fewer books than Kate? Seth did. Number 3, what if Amy read 5 more books? How many books did Amy read? Shade the graph to show how many books she read. So we're going to go to Amy's bar and we're going to add 5 more books. Go back up to Amy and we're going to add 5 more books to her bar. So she read, if we find Amy's bar and go to the end, it's in the middle. It's between 8 and 10. If it's between 8 and 10, we know that this middle would be 9. So Amy read 9 books. Let's add 5 more to it. So if we extend the bar, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because if we go a whole bar over, that's 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if Amy read 5 more books, her bar would look like this. And that would mean she would have read 14. So if Amy read 5 more books, she would have read 14 books in October. Okay, let's go on to the next page. Okay, here are some more examples of bar graphs. This is a horizontal bar graph, okay? In a horizontal bar graph, the bars go from left to right. Here's a vertical bar graph, and the bars go up from the bottom. So horizontal, they go left, right. Vertical, they go up. So these 2 bar graphs are showing the same exact data. What's different about them is if it's a vertical or a horizontal. So let's read them. It's called favorite winter activity. Favorite winter activity. Ice skating. So then let's start with the horizontal. So on the side here, we have ice skating. I'm sorry, on the side here, we have the activity. And the options are ice skating, skiing, sledding, and hockey. And then on the bottom, it's the number of students. And the scale is going by fours because it goes 0, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. Okay, same data. Over here on this side, it's not the activity, it's the number of the students. So the numbers are going up and the activity is along the bottom. Ice skating, skiing, sledding, hockey. Same information, just set up in a different way. Let's answer the question for number 4. What does each space between two numbers represent? So what they mean is when we go from 0 to 4, what does that mean? When we go from 4 to 8, what does that mean? 8 to 12, 12 to 16, 16 to 20, 20 to 24, 24 to 28. So we know that the scale is going by fours. So 0 to 4 means it's been 4 students. 4 to 8 means it's been another 4 students. 8 to 12 is another 4 students, and then so on. So the space between the two numbers means that is 4 students. 4 students votes, whether they like hockey, whether they like sledding, skiing, or ice skating. Okay. Let's skip and go to share and show. So before we start, we're going to look at the bar graph and talk about it. It's called favorite way to exercise. On the side, we have the activity, biking, walking, soccer, karate. On the bottom, we have the number of students. It's going by twos. How do we know that? Because it goes from 0 to 2. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. And that's where it stops. Okay, let's answer number 1. Which activity did the most students choose? So we can think which bar is the longest. Okay, the green bar is the longest, is soccer. Soccer, we go to the end, 14 chose soccer. That's the most. So which activity did the most students choose? Soccer. Number 2, how many students answered the survey? So that means how many students were asked a question here. Do you like biking? Do you like walking? Do you like soccer or karate? So we need to add up all of the totals. So let's start with biking. Biking ends in the middle, ends between 6 and 8. So that would mean that that total is 7. Walking ends right at a line, it's 6. Soccer ends all the way at 14. Karate ends at 10. So we are going to add up all of these to get the total for how many students answered the survey. I'm going to use my space over here, and I'm going to start with the bigger numbers, 14, 10, and then let's add 7 and 6. So 7 plus 6, well, 7 plus 7 would be 14. So 7 plus 6 would be 1 less, that would be 13. Okay, 4 plus 0 is 4. So 4 plus 3 is 7. Now we add the tens, 1, 2, 3, 37. 37 students took the survey. Okay, let's answer the next one. Which activity received 7 fewer votes than soccer? 7 fewer means 7 less. So that means subtraction. Which one has 7 less than soccer? So look at soccer. Soccer is 14. 14 minus 7. 7 fewer. Okay, take a minute, figure that out, write your answer down. You should have gotten 7. So which sport got 7? Oh, look, biking did. So biking received 7 fewer votes than soccer. All right. Okay. Let's go on to the next page. All right, let's read the title of the bar graph before we start. I just like to read the bar graph before we even start. This is a vertical bar graph because the bars are going up. Okay, the title of the bar graph is Favorite Kind of Book. On the side, we have the number of students. On the bottom, we have the different options. So we have space, animals, nature, puzzles, and sports. Our scale is going by 5s because we go from 0 to 5. So it goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. All right. Okay, let's keep going. Oops. Okay, we're on the next page where it says sense or nonsense. The table shows data about some students' favorite amusement park rides. 4 students graph the data. Which student's bar graph makes sense? So let's first look at all of this data here. It's called favorite amusement ride. Here's the ride, here's the number of students. So we have the super slide, the Ferris wheel, bumper cars, roller coaster. And then here are the numbers of the kids who chose those as their favorite. This information has been put into 4 different bar graphs: Alicia, Spencer, Tyler, and Kate. But only one of these bar graphs is showing this data in the right way, and we want to figure out who that is. So let's first look at Alicia. So she has favorite amusement ride. So far, so good. That's the name of the title. And then she has the ride and then the number of students. So starting with super slide, only 11 students chose the super slide, and she has her super slide line going all the way up to 15. That doesn't make sense because only 11 chose it. Okay, her Ferris wheel, only 14 students chose Ferris wheel, and her Ferris wheel line goes all the way to 21. So that also doesn't work. So we know it can't be Alicia. So we'll just cross this out. Let's move on to Spencer. Okay, Spencer has the super slide, and his bar goes all the way up to the 20s. 20 students weren't surveyed for super slide. Only 11 students chose that. So again, that one doesn't make sense. Moving on to Tyler. Okay, Tyler's super slide goes past 10, it goes to 11. All right, let's look, that matches. 11 students voted for super slide. Okay, going on. Let's look at Ferris wheel. Ferris wheel, 14 chose Ferris wheel. Okay, Ferris wheel, his line is green. Well, here's 14. It goes way past. He has his up here at 18. That's not right. So it should be Kate. Super slide, hers goes to 11. Ferris wheel, her goes to 14. Let's look at bumper cars and roller coaster. 18 students chose bumper cars and 23 chose roller coasters. Is that what she has? Bumper cars to 18. Roller coaster, it's between 22 and 24 at 23. So she has 23, 18, 14, and 11. So we know it's Kate. Kate's bar graph. Which student's bar graph makes sense? Kate's. Kate's bar graph. And we know we need a apostrophe S because the bar graph belongs to Kate. Okay. Okay, that's where we'll stop for today. Thank you, third grade.